I'm going to be teaching a Saturday school lesson. It's something I call Saturday school. And it's when I get divine knowledge, spiritual downloads, etc. from spirit, universe, divine, God, Ra, whatever you want to call them. Okay. So this Saturday school lesson is going to be about lifetimes, our lifetimes, and basically incarnation, reincarnation, incarnation, etc. Okay. I'm just gonna start. It's killing me. It's killing me, Smalls. It's killing me. Okay. And also, like I said before everybody really came in, I got to go to the store before the sun goes down. Also, this lesson is not going to be very long anyway. I like to be on live for at least an hour, but this is going to be like 15 minutes tops, okay? Because it's not a hard concept and it's not a lot. So, the Saturday school lesson this Saturday is going to be about lifetimes, how incarnation, reincarnation, and our lifetimes work. It's going to be a little bit more intricate than that, but that's the best way I can think to say it right now for some reason. But this is what I was told by Spirit the other day. So when you are born in this earth plane, whenever you're born, that's your current lifetime, right? Now, some people believe other things. Some people believe that we pass away and that's it. You had your one shot. Some people believe that we pass away and we come back. It depends on you. You believe whatever you want to believe. I am not here to change your mind. I'm not here to persuade you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to tell you what Spirit tells me, and you do with that information what you will. My job is not to force anyone, convince anyone, coerce, persuade, or anything like that. No, you believe whatever you want to believe, okay? I am only a messenger. I just give what I'm told to give. I plant the seeds. Universe, spirit, divine, God, Ra, grows the plant, okay? So once I tell you what I'm told to tell you, my job is done, okay? So, lifetimes. This is what I was told. You will experience every level of consciousness and every probability possible in your universe, I guess, because there's different universes, different realms, etc. So you will experience every level of consciousness and every probability possible before you ascend and return to God after death, okay? So what this means by consciousness is you will literally experience everything, and you will experience every consciousness and everything so that you can understand everything from everyone's perspective. Every consciousness. You will be a rock. You will be a cloud. You will be rain. You will be wind. You will be a dog. You will be a cat. You'll be an ant. You'll be black. You'll be white. You'll be Mexican. Everything. You'll be disabled. You'll be deaf. You'll be blind. You'll be poor. You'll be extremely filthy, stinking rich. Every probability possible you will experience. Every consciousness. When I say consciousness, that's what I mean about a rock, a tree, an animal, a bug, okay? The wind, the rain. All those things are conscious. They don't appear conscious to you because they don't talk and move like you do. That means nothing. Consciousnesses, I guess that's a word, are levels, okay? So the rock to you seems like it's not alive because it doesn't move, talk, breathe, grow, etc., right? That rock is very much alive. It's on a different consciousness than you. That's why you don't perceive it to be alive. Its consciousness is different than yours, okay? That spider that scared the hell out of you and you killed it, that spider, well, you see it moving, but you don't perceive it as intelligent, I guess, because it doesn't speak and communicate as you do. It's on a different consciousness. That spider probably smarter than you because it has divine direct connection to God. It knows things you don't even, it literally operates on intuition, instinct. That's God. That's God. Hello. So don't be too quick to kill the spider, okay? That's a consciousness. The wind, the rain is alive. It's just on a different consciousness than you, so you don't perceive it to be alive. But that's why it does what it does. It has a specific job, and it does that job because it's conscious in its own way, okay? So when you pass away, every lifetime that you come back, you'll be a new consciousness or a new probability. Again, black, white, poor, rich, woman, man, you'll go through everything. Racist, not. Like, you'll go through every probability, every consciousness, and every probability until you learn perspective, everyone's perspective, okay? Once you learn everyone's perspective, each time you come back in a new lifetime, there's more. So you might have started as a blade of grass. You come back the next lifetime as a different consciousness. Now you're a rock. You come back the next lifetime as a different consciousness. Now you are a whole tree. You come back, you are part of the sea. Do you understand? Then you're an animal, and so on and so forth. You have things you're learning on each level of consciousness. So each time you pass away and incarnate, it's a new lifetime of lessons. Then you graduate to the next consciousness, the next probability, okay? Until you learn all the lessons that you are meant to learn from every consciousness and every probability, every walk of life, etc. Once you are able to learn those things, and let's not forget, you heal. Once you learn all the things you need to learn and you come into your human lifetimes and you finally get to that lifetime where it's like healing, okay, yeah, the healing part happens when you've learned a lot of other things in several other lifetimes. And then finally, you start to put things together and you start to awaken. Once you do the healing work in that level of consciousness and you learn all the lessons you're meant to learn, and that is, once that's your final lifetime and you learned everything you were supposed to learn. You don't get to the final lifetime unless you've been through every probability and consciousness and learn what you were supposed to learn, right? Right. Once you get to that lifetime where you have been through everything, you've learned everything, you're awakening, you're coming into oneness with source. After that, if you've healed, right, and you learn what you need to learn, you incarnate. No, you don't. You do not incarnate again. You're done here. That's when you're able to go back to God, back to source. But you cannot return to the God body after death until you have done so, until you have healed, done every probability, every consciousness, learn all your lessons, spiritual lessons, that is. Then you're done here. What do you need to come back for? You learned everything you need to learn here. There's no reason to come back. Then you can go back to the God body. And by the God body, I mean, how do I explain this, Spirit? We are all God. When you hear spiritual people say we are all God, yes, you are God. I am God. My cat is God. The spider we were talking about is God. The rock is God. Everything natural is God, right? So everything natural that is God is a drop in the sea. It's like a raindrop falling into the sea. So together, all those drops make the sea. Together, all of us, little drops of God, make God's body. Okay? So when we are done here and we've healed and learned everything we need to learn, we can go back to God's body. Then there's a whole new level of places and things and universes and consciousnesses and probabilities and stuff to learn, because this is not, the earth plane is not it. The 5D, the spiritual realm, there's other things, there's other planets, there's other places, there's other galaxies, there's other consciousnesses, there's other realities. And you get to play around in those too after you're done with this realm, okay? But you'll be a different being. You'll be a light being. You won't be this. You won't be anything physical, okay? So the next level after this, I don't know what it is. I just know I've been told a little bit about it. You ain't seen nothing yet. But there's a whole new set of lessons and things to learn in that new consciousness in the 5D. And it never stops. It never stops. It's just, God is always creating. God is always learning. God is always in motion. God is cyclical, okay? So, yes, you finish this lifetime, you learn the lessons, you return back to the God body, and then God is like, you know what? We did good on earth. You did such a good job teaching me, because us being here, drops of God, we're literally learning and experiencing, and basically our soul, our spirit is reporting what we're learning back to God. So God is learning about himself, their self, through us by breaking us off into billions of little drops and giving us all different lives and different dimensions. Lives to me are dimensions, giving us all a different dimension to live in. God is literally teaching their self about their self. Like, it's so rabbit hole deep. I don't even know how to explain it really, but yes. So once you're done here, there's another level. There's more. There's other consciousnesses, other dimensions, etc. Would it? Interesting. Well, I don't go by labels of anything. I'm an omnist. I believe everything is one. It's all the same thing in a different outfit. So, but that's interesting. I will remember that tidbit of information. Taoism, okay. But yeah, I'm an omnist. So to me, everything, that's why when I say my prayers and things, I say spirit, universe, divine, God. If I kept going, it would take me forever to get through my prayer. But yeah, I say that because I know other people believe other things, and I don't want to, I try my best not to be exclusive. I try my best to be inclusive, because like I said, I believe everything is the same story in different clothes. Like the story of Jesus is the same as the story of Horus, is the same as the story of, you see what, like, it's all the same to me. So mhm. I don't really, I don't study belief systems. I I study what I'm given. So personally, I'd rather get taught from straight from God, because people can distort things, change things, paint things in other light, etc. So I don't, like, that's why I tell people I have a Bible. I don't read it. It's channeled to me. When God wants me to talk about something out of there, he'll send it to me in a channel, in a download. So I don't read it. I just have it just in case I need to look something up that I've been told to look up. So yeah, enough about that. But yeah, you will literally experience every consciousness and every probability possible in this lifetime before you are done reincarnating in this realm, in this plane. Okay. um like I said, this lesson, it wasn't gonna be long. I knew it wasn't gonna be long, because it was literally like, so I don't even have really anything else to say about this. Oh, I understand where you're coming from. My job is not to try to make anyone see or make anyone do anything. My job is to just tell what I'm told by God, and that's the seed that needs to be planted. That's all my job is. I'm just to plant the seed. So if they're not awakened or receptive, that's not my problem. I did my job. My job was to give the message. God does the rest. So there's still no reason, personally, I'm not downing you at all. Please don't take it that way. Just having a dialogue. Personally, there's no reason for me to do all that extra studying, because no matter who I'm talking to, no matter what walk of life it is, God's going to give me a way to say it that they're going to understand. Because if it's meant for me to say it and it's coming from God, God's going to make it understandable for it, this, because the seed has to be planted. Even if it's not me saying something, if it's just me doing something and someone sees me moving and doing, it's still going to be planted. Indeed. Indeed. The age of Aquarius, the age of awakening. But remember also, everyone isn't meant to be awakened. Everyone is not meant to see. Some people were literally created and birthed in this realm to be distractions. So you don't want to get caught up on trying to awaken people or making people see. That's not your job. Some people were literally created as a diversion, as a distraction, as a hindrance, okay? They will never awaken in this lifetime. Now, like I was just talking about the levels of consciousness and the level and the probabilities possible. Yeah, you'll beat every probability. So in a lifetime before this one, I was unawakened and my job was to not awaken. My job was to be a problem. My job was to be a hindrance. My job was to just exist. There's some people that aren't meant to awaken yet, okay? So just keep that in mind. That's why I say I don't personally try to persuade anyone, change anyone's mind. I'm not trying to push anyone to change their beliefs or anything. I am just the messenger. I am just the seed. I am just that. That is it. That is all.